Hey guys, Ballatw here, back with another VOD review. It's viewer submissions on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern as usual. And this week I asked people to submit me VODs of them dying in half and half out. Really easy, really simple. A lot of people should have this. And I thought this was gonna be an interesting topic because we would have basically people, or it's basically a huge turning point in the game where a lot of people, once they start competitive, they like get to half and half out and then they die when they try to rotate into the zone, or they die because of something that they didn't half and half out. So it's a pivotal moment, and I think it's really interesting, and I think it'll be very cool. Elevate's already revealing strats, how to survive in half and half out. Just get a ball, but you know, all good. If you don't know that, I don't know what you're doing. Regardless, guys, I do this in the beginning of my VOD reviews just because it's a long video, so you're gonna forget. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do all the things with my social media, and also use code Ballatw. Let's get into it. So, first up, Tim A. I asked for full VODs, and the reason I asked for full VODs is because a lot of times people die in half out, and it's because of shit they did before, right? The setup. I talk about the setup a lot. The setup is very important in terms of getting towards half in, half out. Mobility is important. Where you're positioned when the half in, half out zone reveals itself. And for those who don't know, half in, half out is the 5th zone. That's the one, well, we'll show you. We'll just show you. It's the one that spawns right after this. Okay. So, boom. When it's up halfway inside the zone and halfway outside the zone. That's why I called it half in, half out. Now a lot of people are calling it that. So, trendsetter a little bit. But regardless, I'll start a little bit before this, and we'll see what the mistakes are or whatever it is. Here in Timmy's VOD. This looks to be like an EU Atlantis custom or something like that. And already, well, let's look at the loadout. I don't see any mobility in here. Obviously, we can't know if there's mobility, but the loadout's pretty good. Got the gold pump shotgun, the heavy snipe, slurp, and 6 minis. That's very good in terms of heals. What more can I say about that? I mean, the mats are pretty weak. If I want to be going to this half in, half out with probably still max metal, maybe a little bit less brick because I should have been building a little bit wider. But I'd also, and this is the first thing I want to talk about, is I'd want to be in zone by now. Right? I don't know anything about the situation that's happened, but being on the outskirts of this 4th zone right here is legit the worst thing ever, because not only is 4th zone easy to know or easy to get the zone, right? Because if you just stay in this relative position right here, it's so easy to get into zone because it's center zone. I think Destiny's made a video about it. I've talked about it over and over. Center zone is it's the place to be in that 4th zone. You don't have to gamble. You're never making these gambles. And obviously it depends, right? I don't know how your position was. We'll maybe go back and watch it, but I feel like this is already not good. The fact that the zone is moving, like sure you could have posted up here, but the fact that the zone is starting to move and you haven't left yet, pretty rough to me. Pretty rough to me. There is a lot of people up, so that's not that crazy, but ooh, he's got a little surf ninja skills. I like it. Surf ninja, let's go, baby. Okay, and then when we talk about position again, I think that this position, you know, it's in terms of position in the zone, it's fine. In terms of position where you're actually going to be defensive and be able to not only be defensive, but be able to shoot at people and look for opportunities to get kills. I don't think you're doing that for yourself. I think you're putting yourself in a situation where you can get focused, because there's not only high ground over here that can focus you, and there's these guys mountain goating right here. There's the guys across the beach. There's the guys who are posted in the water somewhere. These guys can shoot you. There's probably, switch colors real quick. These guys probably can't shoot you. But then, yeah, I think there's a lot. You're basically putting yourself in the center of a lot of people, and down on low ground makes it really easy to be focused, right? Okay. I like that you instantly try to shoot this guy back, but I also don't like the size of your base. When you are on low ground, you kind of need to be making yourself a little bigger, right? Where you can move into your box. You can move into different spots in your box. So let's move on. Because if you do start getting focused, you need that space to be able to move, right? And you might not even get focused, but you do need to think about, yeah, especially once this guy starts minigunning you, now I'm like, oh shit, there, I'm gonna get focused. Like, did I spell creator wrong? What are you talking about? Creator. What a god, dude. Creator. Yeah, hold on, I gotta memify this a little bit more. There you go. How's that? Much better. Hold on, no. Let's make sure that it's creator. Code. How do I misspell code? Creator cod. There we go. Yes, there we go. Now we're talking. There we go. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Permission to call you dad. You can call me whatever you want, man. I don't need to give you permission. Call me bad words. You call me daddy. I don't care, man. It's your life. You live it how you want. All right. Now that this zone's been revealed, you're in a fucking precarious position. Like, fuck this zone. Fuck this zone. You have your hoverboard. Hoverboard is going to be fucking terrible because we know it's low HP and it's going to be terrible to control yourself, and it's a very easy trajectory. You're going to get beamed. I don't think the hoverboard is a play. I think you have to start pressuring somebody to try to make them use their mobility, or you need to be starting to see exactly who has their mobility or has the mobility. All right, you're gonna go for it. You got some balls, buddy. You got some balls. No. Nice. I really like how you went diagonal there. Once that guy stunk you, I love how, so you were in a box, right? This guy started shooting you, right? He started shooting you, and then I don't know where you got stunk from, but I really like that you went diagonal. So if it was this guy, for example, then he would have to chuck it over, and it'd be much harder for him to hit that angle, right? If you go like that, that's actually super solid. I just learned that. I'm literally just seeing that right now and seeing that for the first time. I think that's pretty smart. Like if you diagonally go like this, a couple boxes, it's gonna be so hard for anybody here to actually stink you. That's super smart. Good stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think your timing here is too late in terms of moving. Just because, again, you were in a shit position, right? We already talked about how you're in a shit position. I think the timing, especially once you see this shit zone, I like yeah, might as well go for the hoverboard play, right? But you should have, let's back that up really quickly, because doing this, like, this was not gonna work. Not only do you have the opportunity to bonk your head, and like it feels like you're not even sure that you can get out of this angle. It's just not gonna, like, if you want to do this, you can do this safely. You have mats, you can invest. You can put a ramp right here, right? Nice little ramp there, put a wall on the side, and then woo, zoom. Now you're zooming. Then you could open this up a little bit more. You can do this safely, and you can do this where you will 100% fly. Whether or not it's gonna work, it's probably not. Let's be honest here. But still, you could have done this safely. And then you're spending, I'm trying to pause for the time. 12 seconds till the zone starts moving. You got a ways to go. I think that time could have been much more invested in pressuring people around you, maybe pressuring the guy in front of you, right? Does he have mobility? What's he gonna do? How is he gonna move there? Because he also has a shit rotate, right? All these people around you, they all have shit rotates too, and they're gonna use their mobilities if they realize they have shit rotates. All right. Sorry, I kind of spoiled a little bit. Good awareness of where that launch pad is. I like that you chilled and sent it from there. I love that that guy triggered the trap for you, and that's awesome. How do you get through this safely? Like, what's the actual path that she should take? Like over here? Definitely not over here. There's just way too much building on that side, and like pretty normal. Like, look, there's a building here. Like, there's so many different elevation layers that if there are people over there, they're going to be all beaming you at the same time. I think going this way is better, because all the people on edge zone, if they're going to shoot you, they're going to be using their mobility as well, so they're not going to shoot you. And it's really the people on the ship and these people. So you want to stay the fuck away from these guys, and you have to go towards the people on the ship. But there's also this this tree and whatever to use as line of sight. I don't know. I feel like you took the worst path available, and you tried to compensate by just like shaking your camera, which, you know, works to some extent, but I mean, pretty rough. All right, and now your setup for the rest of the game is really bad, right? No more white heals. Two minis. No mobility. Your mats are weak as well. And yeah, I think again in terms of positioning, you're not picking a good, like, this isn't an awful spot. It's safe. This is a very safe spot. I like going into buildings if you need to be safe. But I think we all understand the fact that your situation is looking weak, right? Because of all the different stuff that has piled on up to this point. Your situation is looking weak, and I think you're going to need an impact frag. I think you need to get a kill that's gonna get you back in this game, right? You need not only heals, you need mats, you need maybe a little bit more mobility, somebody who has a rift or something like that. But you're not gonna get any kills from this position. Sure, you can gatekeep. No, you can't even gatekeep. These guys are not even. You're chilling. You can't even gatekeep here. And this is literally the only angle you can look. You can't look this way. You can't look this way. You can't look this way because there's nobody on your level. And if they are, it's a mess of turtles, you know. Yikes. The sound's a little delayed here, I just noticed. Yeah, and again, the timing, you're not looking for anything. You're kind of just like haphazardly looking around, and there's no, you're not making yourself any opportunities. Nice. I like this. I like going up in the cone. Very good. Looking around. You gotta look, just look everywhere, right? Don't take this time to process things. Like, what you see is what you're getting. Like, you looked at a metal wall for 3 seconds without doing anything. All right, you got to move from this position. You got to look for opportunities here. You're not gonna get opportunities just sitting here. You got to start looking. You have got to start looking, and you have got to start moving. If you end up being on the edge of the zone, you're dead. That guy's campfiring. You might be able to push that guy with your heavy snipe. Actually, the heavy snipe, using the heavy snipe to get back in this game would have been perfect. And then the direction you went here, like, you should have been immediately going towards these builds rather than like going late like that. Like, you went to the right. Like, you got to look for the opportunities where you can actually leech on builds. Honestly, like, even going into this guy's build, well, right now it's not, you can't do it. You have to just go. But like, if you had left earlier, you could have leeched through this guy's build, right? Maybe he has a long turtle that you can use for a long time. Now you're like super exposed for a long ass time because of how late you are, and it looks like you want to have you sniped in this guy's box. Let's see how that works. Just do it. You could have had this. But even doing that, it's not, again, you're on edge of zone. Everybody's going to start landing on the beach now, right? Everybody. And more, there's probably more. What the hell? What happened with the color? What is this? That was weird. There's probably more people who are going to look for the high ground there, so you have maybe a few more seconds. But the people who land on the beach right now, they're going to look back and shoot at you, right? You got to be blocking against them right now, and you haven't even looked at them the entire time. So here's a suggestion, right? Every time you start rotating into zone like this, make sure you are if you want to kill this guy, sure, whatever, man, that's up to you. Feel free to kill this guy, but every time you look down, take the, or no, sorry. Every time, let's just say here, just a random idea, right? I don't know if this is practical or not, but every time you move a square, make sure you look up towards the rest of these guys, right? Make sure there's nobody facing you. That's so important. And then you decide now, once they start shooting you, once you're already down a bunch of shield already, to start building for them. And also, you kept like going up when there's no way, not only is there no way that you're gonna be able to do anything from height, but this just makes it way harder for you to go down. Like, I don't think there's any possibility here. Nice. Yeah, I think the biggest issues here was your positioning going into this. I think your setup was fine. I think your setup was good. I think you just like weren't picking the best spots. Like, sure, there was a bunch of mistakes that we could point to you dying here, but I really do think, and this is the reason why I was actually comfortable with this VOD, because I did say dying in, half out, but the reason you died in this game was because of your performance all the way back here, right? I think we can all agree with that. Sure, there was tons of mistakes that you could have done and actually survived in there, which is what makes people who end up, you know, sometimes you're forced to take shitty positions or whatever like that. But it was this. Let's go even further back, because I feel like I have an idea that this thing is already low because of some stuff that you did before, right? We talked about the position here. We talked about how late you're moving here. Okay. Yeah. So this is a consistent problem of you getting stuck on the edge of zone when the zone is moving. All right. Very consistent. You picked a spot here. What is this, second zone? You picked a spot here that, you know, isn't the greatest. Why not, like, hold on. Bootleg.info. I don't know exactly the circle here, but like, you're over here, circle is probably something like this, right? Like, why not start taking over the bow? Why not take over like tomato or the stuff on the maybe this pirate cannon? There's mobility, right? Somewhere where you can actually use the mobility. Stay by vent, maybe, you know, take over the shack over here, take over something in lazy. Like, much better into center zone, because this spot sucks. There's no mobility. It's on the edge. You're not going to get the next one. Yeah, I think that's the issue. Move forward. Perfect stuff. Thank you for submitting, man. I appreciate it, Timmy. Hopefully that helps. Let's move on. All right, Persian Tickler seems to be playing, looks like World Cup finals or semifinals or something. All right, I'm just gonna go to, yeah. Oh, okay. Oops. Yeah. See, this is slightly better positioning, but I also think slightly worse setup. No mobility still. His weapon choices kind of sus, and only shields. I don't know, this could be good. And then you got blessed with half in, half out. Right? But what is this? Polar Peak? Ugh. This sucks. Same kind of thing though, right? We got to look for the spots that aren't going to get tons of attention like this. No, we don't roast people here. Everybody's improving here, man. Ain't no roasting. Infantry's a beam? Hell yeah, dude. I like it, man. Scopy. Oh my god. Okay, blessed. Bless. But we did waste all our brick getting in here. Wasted all of our brick getting in here. That's unfortunate. And most of it actually, like if we look at this before this guy started shooting you. Good job shooting him back. But most of your brick went from here, right? Once you got in zone. You had 300 at this point. You had 300 at this point. And now it's down to 0 just because of 2 assholes spamming you, right? How do you avoid this? How do you avoid this? All right, we know there's a guy here. We know there's a guy here. There's 2 assholes. What do we do? Go above one of them? Yep. There you go. Good. Build over them. Okay, everybody's saying build over them, but don't forget you could also build to the side of them too, right? Just try to break line of sight from one of them. At least from one of them. If you could break it from both of them, that's great. Break line of sight from these guys. They're legit. They're horny for you, man. You can tell. You could tell before you even got in the zone that these guys were going to want you. We could tell this. Okay, I like that you build big here because of exactly what we just talked about, right? There's a bunch of people being aggressive on you and being, you know, being very, very aggressive on you. So like giving yourself options to move in different spots, giving yourself what is it called? A safety net, like where you have one box in front of you. That's good. But we did just invest a lot, and because we just lost all of our brick, I feel like this is a very big investment. And I feel like it's fine to do this, but you need to have a plan to recover from here, right? How do you recover from here? The other thing is like, because you make your base, but then you don't actually scout anything. You don't even see what's around you, right? This is the first time you're even like exploring outside of your base. And I like it. I like that this guy is the guy that you want to focus on. Because he is the guy that's going to be safest for you to approach and to attack. So nice. Good. I like that you re-edit. You don't really need to re-edit your wall there. You have this entire box. But I like that you're giving him a second, making sure that he's not going to make an edit, do anything like that. Like maybe once you open the roof, then you edit the wall close. Make sure he's not going to do anything psycho. Nice. Okay, man, keep exploring. Keep exploring. What was the point of you doing that if you weren't going to keep exploring? Right? Was there any point? You actually just wasted 20 more metal, right? And that doesn't sound big in the grand scheme of things, but you did just waste 20 more metal. And again, there's still no plan to recover. Finally, you scout. Finally, you scout outside of your box. Okay, why are you moving up? I don't. Is this it? Don't tell me you just die here. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. But yeah, this is it. Where do you need to? Why do you need to be higher? Right? The zone's already moving. The zone's already closing. Like what? The good thing about half in, half out is literally this zone is the zone to recover. If you had a shitty early game, if you had a shitty mid game, this is the zone you can recover. Why? Because there's so many people who are going to be in the zone. There's 35 people alive, all in this tiny zone. There's a guy right here. There's a guy right here. You could be pressuring these guys and getting them as impact frags, right now. And it's safe because everybody's in a box and everybody's worried about their own shit, right? Whereas going up, like, okay, you know what? Going up is fine too if you want to look for picks, but these picks that you're going to get from being up on top are irrelevant to you. They're points, sure, but they're irrelevant for you to get all these placement points. We want 10 placement points and we want 10 kill points. That's my goal every game. Go for all of that. Everything that you're going to get when you're actually peeking from the top is only things that you really need when you're set, when you're comfortable, when you're like, okay, yeah, we're good. I have high ground and whatever. But yeah. So, I mean, I already know what I'm going to say in terms of like how, like I already talked about like looking around. You came up here. You looked for a second over there, you blocked, and then you didn't look like three. You gotta know what's on all corners, right? If you actually, like, look at this. If you took a few seconds to do a 360 up here, you would have known that there's somebody close to your level who maybe wants to push you, right? Maybe wants to push you. The other thing is, you actually don't know. Like, let's draw a little bit of an image right here, right? I don't know how I want to do this. So this is your base, right? You went up one level, okay? And because all you did was kind of like, you kind of looked and got the information that there was nothing like at your level right here, or if anything, there was only equal level, right? You have no idea if there's people behind you who are actually one level above you. You have no idea if there's people who are in front of you at your same level all over the place. And you could even think of this as a 360 drawing. We already looked this way and our only threat was the mountain. You blocked from that, so whatever. There could be people on, yeah, no, it's really this side and this side. And this side is actually also moving in zone, right? So this is actually the perfect opportunity for you to actually look over there and shoot. And this guy who did come over you was probably on your level. He's like, okay, let's just build on top of you, because he was coming out of zone. He was like, all he wanted to do was get in zone, actually. And then he realized that you didn't have your top closed and he killed you because of it, right? So that's awareness. And it's also just like 2 levels high is not that high. 2 levels high is not that high at all. Just cover your top. Make sure you're in a box at the top of it, and then you can open windows, open edits, whatever you want to do from there. But this guy just jumped on top of you. Yeah. I have a feeling, and this is an epidemic in the Fortnite scene right now, and competitive Fortnite is, as soon as this happened, what the fuck? There's no sound in the game. I'm not saying this is what you did. This is what most people would do. There's no sound. This game sucks. This game is trash. There's no fucking audio. I hate this game. Like, I guarantee that 90% of people who play are gonna say that at this point, right? Because this guy just hops around, he builds up to you. But come on, like we could have avoided this. Why are you personally attacking me? Like, yeah. I mean, even from here, we could still also realize that, oh, I need to make sure that my back is. But at this point, man, you're dead. So we don't even need to fix anymore, right? I mean, you couldn't hear him though. I mean, sure, but okay. I said this today, and I was like, this is my attitude, right, guys? Like, sure, the sound sucks. He should have been able to hear him. Okay, he should have been able to hear him. I'm just reading Zykoma's message right now. He should have been able to hear him. Okay, but he doesn't. This game does not fucking work like that, right? We all know there's issues with sound, so we gotta play around it, right? We don't play the game that we want to. Like, we all want to play this game competitively. It's Fortnite at the end of the day. It's fucking the best. It's crazy fun competitively, right? Crazy fun. That's why you're all here. That's why you're all watching this. And we know certain things are not what we want, but we are not playing that game, right? So we got to play the game that we actually have. We have to play the game that we actually have. All right, moving on. Thank you for the submission, man. Appreciate it. Our friend, Little Destiny's Jesus. Don't I have sound? Okay. Part of it's muted. Okay, good. Just get kill. Find this. Oh, nice. Did you literally just land on a rift? Imagine. Start from here. Bam, 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 bam. This game is not fun. This game is just a heck of a lot of money on the line. That's why most players play this game. I disagree with you, man. Disagree with you. I think people really like this game. And if that's the case, that's fine for those guys. They can complain all they want, but they're not going to win if they have that mindset. Like, sure, you can actually have that mindset. I don't give a fuck if you have that mindset. But when you play the game, you can't like, you're going to lose if you have that mindset. You're going to lose. You're just going to lose. You're just gonna lose. There's no way around it. If you have that mindset when you play and when you die and always, like, and you don't adapt, you're gonna die and you're gonna lose. It's just facts. I don't, like, again, we play this game. Like, if you're competing for money, you play the game that you have. Going AFK in Ballatw to watch my own game. I love it. I love it. Yep, Mongrel's still clapping. Metro's still clapping. Benji Fishy's still clapping.
Morons. They just don't have to rotate, bro.
Why is this guy coning you?
What the fuck is this guy doing? Go zone, you absolute bot.
Yo, facts though. Facts. He said yoink. Yikes. Nice. Man, this was free. You just got gifted. And notice, like, immediately, sure he shouldn't have taken the damage, but notice that as soon as he starts getting shot, he makes this really wide. And this makes it so that people are going to stop shooting him. Let's just watch. The only thing he's really low, he might start getting fucking exploded and utility spammed, because it's really hard to move in this case, especially because he's in crouch level. So I would definitely want to go up and maybe expand 1 by 2. Like, maybe just expand like so he has this fucking square, right? You gotta maybe just go up on this layer and this layer or something like that. But building wide was the right idea. Yeah, sitting crouched like this sucks. If somebody does start moving, you have no movement. Like, there you go, finally. Good shit, Destiny. Good shit, Destiny. Mind games. Go up and then come back down so that they think you're up. I like it. I think we could have got more vision more sooner, like on all fronts. Like, I think this is the first time you even peek outside of your box right now. So you have no confirmation whether that guy has the mental health, like that you said, fucking toxic. You have no confirmation whether anybody is actually interested in you, right? You have no confirmation whether there's people around you. You have no place to actually rotate through. Finally, we're peeking again. Good block. Blocking the direction, I like it. Blocking the direction that is unimportant in terms of what you need to do. Like you need to get zone. We know this, right? And then peeking the direction. You're still not peeking though. Like here, finally you're doing it. Finally we're peeking. Use that third person to look in the direction you need to go. You're in a decent position. You have that rift to go. You're in a good spot. You got the glider redeployed. You got 3 minis still.
Nice.
Nice. I like that actually. I take it back. Looking at people on the side of zone is important. People especially who are near you. That's very important. Okay, buddy.
This game has no audio. This game has no... This game has no fucking audio. I hate this fucking shit sometimes, bro. Holy fuck. What is that?
It's too perfect. It's too perfect.
I'm dead now.
Oh, shit, bro. Come
Fuck
on,
me,
man.
I didn't even hear him pull out a heavy sniper on me.
Okay. Okay, buddy. We did not hear him pull out the heavy sniper on him. To his fucking credit.
This game has no audio.
To his credit, we didn't hear him pull out the heavy sniper.
Dude, this game has no... This game has no fucking audio. I hate this fucking shit sometimes, bro. This game has no audio. This game has no... This game has no fucking audio. I hate this fucking shit sometimes, bro.
I'm curious how that guy got there and what we could have done. Holy shit, a lot of people have built here. All right. You know, that shot is tempting to go for. But I think there's a level of I need to make sure I'm much more safe before I do this, because you just landed on a brand new spot. And it is a spot that everybody's going to go for, right? This soccer, the entire stadium is still in there, right? It's going to be a spot that there's tons of people going to go around. I think we need to make sure we're safer, and then we can talk about spot selection as well, right? Spot selection, I mean, there's you were there first, which is interesting because of how like the zone is already moving. There's like a few builds over here. This other guy lands next to you. I don't know. You're kind of pioneering, and I think in that case maybe you kind of need to build wide rather than tall. But I totally get the reason why you want to go tall here. Yeah, this is a tough one. This is a hard fix too, right? It's totally like this is a shot that you take 99% of the time, even knowing, hey, I have an AR, right? And that's gonna block sounds near me. AR is literally the worst gun to be shooting at people when there's a bunch of people, because of how fucking much it actually like forces sound to not work well at all, right? Like, it forces it not to work well.
This game has no audio. This game has no... This game has no...
Yeah, anyways. Moving on. I don't have much more to say about it. That's not gonna sound weird.
I know. We can just play the place.
Oh, nice.
There's a guy, but
We didn't get a... We got a VOD.
Just
part of the way through half in, half out. Nice. All right, cool. We didn't get the beginning of this, but we already know that there's no heals in this loadout, and kind of scuffed. He's already at 25 shield. You just threw a dynamite in a box right next to you. Not sure why.
Oh my god, look at that. Right. I got launch, remember. We're gonna get lasered if we use it. Yeah, we can't go for it then. No, you can't. You can't.
Oh, we can't hear the other guy's comms. I was like, why can't we hear the other guy's comms? I mean, why can't, like, he's just like answering him without really saying anything.
Just let. Right, ready to go?
Did somebody just zipline you? Yikes.
I got used to launch. I was getting lasered. I'm dead. Oh my god! This guy actually chased me and followed me. Just play it, you're fine. Look at all that. Good knock.
Okay, we don't have enough information in this VOD, unfortunately. Like, the only suggestion I'm gonna make is, like, again, it's the same thing. We're literally in this position, and we only look through one wall. We only get we don't have any information. We don't have any scouting at all. All right, you're like tunnel visioned on like loot. Like, if you want the loot, get it. If you don't, then stop looking at it. Look somewhere else, you know?
You can't go for it then. No, you can't. You can't. You know.
And then obviously, like, you gotta be building. You gotta be looking as well. Like, that tunneling needs to be better. Like, where there's no, again, you can't tunnel effectively if you don't have information. Number one, here's the lesson of this one. All right, you can't tunnel effectively if we don't know what's on our sides or what's behind us or what's in front of us. Sure, we know what's in front of us because we're looking there right now, but this is all about no information and trying to still get away and be greedy. Right? Look at this tunnel, no walls at all. And because of that, you get beamed, and because of that, now you get split. If you want to tunnel effectively, if you want to be greedy with your tunnels, you have to have information. That's as simple as that. All right, let's move on. Thanks for the submission, guys. Just make sure that we are following the rules, because we could have been way more constructive on that game if we had the rest of it. Right? We could have been way more constructive. So let's make sure we're following the rules. All right, Rice. Let's see what you got, brother. I like that we get solo. We got mostly solo VODs this week. Because it's solos. I think I'm gonna make it so that any submission should be whatever the week is of World Cup. I like this. Right? The cone usage is really good. Also, the positioning is really good too, right? There's a mountain on the side. He's in a cone in center zone, right? Maybe could have possibly gotten this, or maybe this, or something like that, or maybe even on top of the mountain or on the side of the mountain. But this is good positioning. Hell, even on this side, it's all pretty good. Like, center zone's all this right here. So, I don't know. This is good positioning. Oh, somebody already has that mountain. I don't know how you got there. I'm not going to go back to watch that.
Yeah, next zone too.
Yeah, you had a great chance of already knowing that you had the next zone, to be honest. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of center zone, man. It's the beauty of center zone. I'm just speeding up ahead a little bit so we can get towards half in, half out. Right now, you know, we could see little things in this, but this is just typical, normal, slow, solid play. Oh, did you just get a kill?
Yeah, boy, I got a fucking kill!
Let's go, Rice! Or Reese? However you pronounce your name, let's go, baby! Taking the opportunities that present himself, man. Taking the opportunities that present himself. That's literally a perfect proof that, like, if you see something, take a shot. Because you never know how low they're going to be. You hit them once. Fucking nice. Come on, bro. You thought your fat body could fit through that? You thought this guy could fit through that? Come on, bro. All right, this is really bad. I like that you crouch over here, so it's hard for them to hear you. But you're sitting in a trap, man. Like they could be anywhere waiting for you to sit here. There you go. Retaking it, nice. Nice. Safe. That build doesn't necessarily get you anything though, right? It just makes it safe, but like you're not actually advancing towards the zone. Like, okay, if you want to farm, you go on a farm, but also farm the door first, right? Because people can shoot you through it. Farm any doors first. Okay, you just kind of start running when you don't have any view, right? Maybe if you want to start making this expansion, expand out one, sit in that little stairs box that you made and start editing and looking before you make this run. You just kind of like brazenly just run out in the open. I think this is going to cost you. No, you make it there. Again, this is your opponent's wall. You got to be careful. You can't just be running up to opponent's walls. If you do, you got to make a stair in front of it or something like that. This is not your floor. This is not your floor either. There you go. You got to be quicker on those cones. That's very scary. One thing to note is that you're going to get spammed when your box is about to be built. Or whenever your box gets built. So always when you build your box, keep holding turbo build just for a little bit, right? Until you realize, okay, people aren't going to spam me, because then you'll never get hit like that. Well, you still will if they spam the correct wall, but yeah. Okay, you have to be really careful. When you are on top of just a cone and the floors aren't yours. You should be trying either to go up one level or to be taken over that floor. This is very risky, what you're doing right now, just sitting on top of it. Okay, you had the play, bro. You had the play, he had no idea. He had no idea.
Oh, 4 EQ.
Nice try, man. You had it. You had it. If you just wait, then you can get a shot there. That guy is definitely going to get freaking horny for that loot, right? Give him the opportunity to make a mistake. Give him an opportunity to make a mistake there. The other thing is, like, when these guys are fighting, if you had retaken this, like, he could either continue fighting, like you could just freaking pickaxe into this floor right now and try to shoot him. But here, yeah, you had the opportunity. Just I like that you place a floor ideally you'd place a floor in a cone and you just edit it, and it'd be really hard for him to actually, like, it is actually fairly hard for people to look up now because of the FOV, right? See, like right now you can't actually super tell, like unless you're specifically looking at it.
Oh.
And if you time it perfectly, he starts running around, he tries to place the floor, and it just doesn't work because you had just placed it. But the biggest thing is like diving down here. Like you went into 50-50 instead. Besides that, like the positioning and all that stuff, that I think just mechanics here, speed, not taking 50-50s, very important. Very, very important. All right, thanks for the submission, Reese. Appreciate it, dude. We have left. Sakoma. Is there a solo VOD? Yeah.
But I mean, it's
Sorry if this wasn't the one you want me to look at, but I think solos are more interesting right now. Oh, it's arena, that's why. Not many people. That's fine. We'll probably watch both.
I can actually break this.
We just want to piss off the entire server, don't we, huh? I like it. I like it, dude. I like it. Got some balls on you. You got a set of balls, brother. So obviously with less players, we got to think about it a little bit differently. We can be a little bit more risky because the game is going to end sooner. See right there, Rice? That's what I'm talking about, right? When you build out, he kind of held turbo build. He already knew that he was going to shoot at him, so it was an easy hold, but that was good.
I hope there's enough metal down there.
What do you mean you hope? You should know, Zycoma. You should know.
Fuck. Oh, there's his loot. Yo, thank God I fell down here.
Blast.
Thank God I fell down here.
Blast.
But I do need that metal before I leave. Where the fuck's the metal?
No.
Fuck, dude. I don't know where the metal is. I need it. I fucking need it. There it is.
Nice. But you've spent all that time looking for the metal now, like, now you're kind of
doesn't even go to where I tunneled.
yeah. I was like, now you have to use that rift. If you didn't spend all that time looking for the metal, you could have used the rift. I mean, you could have saved the rift.
What a waste of time. Look at my
Yeah,
tunnel.
you already
It's
talked about
like
it too.
literally complete wrong direction. I was thinking I was gonna make it all the way, but there's like no way I could do that.
The tunnel's the wrong direction. I didn't even notice. Not a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but you'll fix that. Like, it's a very simple, like, oh, make sure your tunnel's in the fucking right direction. It's already up. Can't see your name because it's blue and I have a dark background. Defrico, it's already up. You can go check it out. Nice, good reaction there. Very good reaction. Why? There you go. I was waiting for you to start expanding like that. Oh, now you're host.
Well, I did not see the zone. Why are you there?
That guy just came in his zone to kill you. Hopefully you watch him. I want to see if he dies.
I did not see the zone.
Yeah, ballsy. Nice. 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 Yes. 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 No, it's like coma. Come on, bro. Come on, man. You gotta figure that thing out. All right, I think that this is a huge mistake. Very big mistake. All the time spent looking for the metal is a big mistake. And then let's look at more positioning here on the rift. All right, it's all downhill. Like right here, which is like right about here right now. This is good. But again, it's all about land. It's actually, it's kind of counterintuitive, right? You actually want to land. If you don't want to get focused, which you don't right now, you can't get focused because you need all of your mats to survive the rest of the game, right? You need all of these. If you start getting focused like you did, even if you survive, you're still going to end up in a shit position because you spent so much time turbo building, right? And we talked about this with Destinies, right? Land maybe, or we talked about it with the first VOD that we watched as well. Break line of sight from people by using their builds, right? Use maybe this guy's builds, land on it, or maybe, you know, this guy's, whatever. Being up high breaks a little line of sight for people, especially people who like build low on the side of the height. But yeah, being close to people is actually better. All right, kind of. It's counterintuitive, but a lot of times being close to people is actually better. As long as you don't put yourself like right in between two people, being close to people is actually better. Because they think that a lot, they can't tell where your box is, right? They can't tell where you're gonna move. It's kind of interesting.
Thinking I was gonna make it all the way, but there's like no way I could do that.
But like when you build wide in the open, like look, yeah, you kind of want to go over there. No, you don't want to. Okay. All right. Yeah, land on them right here. This is perfect. This is a perfect spot. All right. Now we go all the way by ourselves, and we don't build wide enough. All right, there's no space here to move. The only space you can go is up or down, or like at all. And especially because you look for shots right away. Like you got to make yourself, if you land in a spot like this, you got to make yourself a little bit bigger so that you have mobility, you have movement, safe movement around your box. Yeah, and once you start pressuring, everybody looks at you and they're like, yeah, this guy's an asshole. Let's kill him. And then they all team on you. This is literally the recipe to get teamed on. You shot at 3 different people in a box, 1 wide. This is it. This is it. Recipe to get teamed on. Recipe to get RPG spammed and dynamite and all that shit. Yeah. Everybody join. Zycoma's an idiot. Why'd you do this, Zycoma? That's so funny. All right, let's move on to the next one. 2 submissions. 2 Zycoma submissions in a row. Let's go, baby.
Never saw us like die like in the middle.
Exactly.
I really like that guy actually pushed you in zone though. That was solid. That was solid.
Not us. Oh, at us. But...
Yo, Takeoffs, thank you for the host, man. Oh, damn. All right, shambles. So your mistake is, like, I already know your shambles, right? You're not healing. You're next to your teammate. So you died. You might have died in half in, half out. But I mean, let's go back.
Go through the floor.
Come on.
At us or?
Classic bumper rotate. Nice.
You're gonna shoot again. Oh my god.
Aw.
Fucking heavy snipe. Don't even save me. They're gonna focus. If you can get that, that's crazy.
We always, when we're rezzing like this or when we're whatever, We always got to expand in the direction that we know we got shot from. Like, we know that these guys sniped at us. We already know that. We already know that they look for shots on you. So you just got to expand one box over there so that they can, like, at least a stare. At least a stare, brother. At least a stare.
Oh
I
my
knew it.
god.
I knew it. Don't even. Gonna make another box. Another box. Yeah. Sorry, no. Go.
Yeah,
Fuck,
we
dude.
can-
We never. We never get them. Actually, gonna risk it. At us or?
Oh my god, he hit this fucking tree.
You're gonna shoot again. Oh my god, dude. Fucking heavy snipe.
Yeah. I mean, this is it, right? Don't get sniped, forehead. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is unfortunate. There is a lot of things you can do to try to avoid this, like going towards the side of that mountain, right? Let's back up real quick.
We never get them.
But like,
Don't him.
Yeah.
the other thing is like your setup. If you don't have any shields like this, you're rough. You're in a bad spot.
Heavy snipe.
All right, here we go. I wanted to pause right
At us or?
here. You could be going this way to try to break line of sight from a lot of people. Try to hug the little mountains and stuff like that because you're breaking line of sight,
Fucking tree.
You're gonna shoot again. Oh.
and you're almost never exposing yourself more, right? The other thing is, might as well use impulses, man. This is a zone that it's not actually a big deal. Like, go for it, especially because you're low. Like, you're never gonna actually use 3 impulses, right? In endgame, if anything, you're gonna find a kill and use the impulses afterwards. And yeah, the Olus is right as well. Like the reaction there is not. There was no reaction. He sniped the tree, and then we just kind of we just kind of stayed in the same spot. We didn't build. We didn't do anything. And we're in zone, so like you should be already building, right?
Don't even see me. Don't even see me.
Like, sure, I see. If nobody shoots you, yeah. Get a little bit more. Get a little bit more. Let's cheat a little bit more. If nobody shoots you, why not? Let's continue. Go. But once you get in zone and somebody has already sniped at you, man, box the fuck up. Box the fuck up. Oh. Holy fuck, I actually forgot about the impulses. All right, then we should implement some sort of inventory check. Like we can't be forgetting about things. This is the same thing about, like, I made that video about the endgame checklist, right? Okay, check your inventory, check your blah blah blah, check your blah blah blah. Like, this is something that we should always be doing. Every time we box up, make sure we look at our inventory, take note of anything that we could still use. Every time we box up, look at the map. Every time we box up, look 360 degrees, get awareness of it. Every time we box up, check our health, make sure we're healing up, right? Everybody can make sure that they heal up. This is all part, like, multitasking is very important, and looking at your inventory is very important. We can't forget that we have things in our inventory. That's not good. Not good at all. All right, guys. That's a wrap. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do all the things on my social media. And don't forget to use code BALLATW. We'll be back with more content just like this, y'all. I'm going to be posting the topic for next week in the Discord, so make sure you're in there. It's in the description below. If you want to submit VODs to be reviewed on this video, make sure you do that before next Thursday at some point. Peace.